Nick Nocturnal just announced the Nick Nocturnal Awards for 2024. If you don't know who Nick is, he is the How to Metal in 30 Seconds guy. He is the Crabcore Slavic Metal core kid. If you're not already subscribed, then please go and check out his channel for all the fun metal things they do over there. A few years ago, he started his own award show to kind of fight back against all the things that were being overlooked by the mainstream award shows, certainly in the alternative metal scene. And this year he's gearing up for his biggest event yet. So today we are going to be going through all the categories and voting for all the nominations that he's put forward. And if you'd like to vote too, then the link for that will be in the description. If you want to come and hang out with us and chat about gigs, music, festivals, and loads of other fun stuff, we've got a Discord. The link for that is in the description down below. If you haven't already, then please subscribe and let us know down below who you're going to be voting for at this year's Nick Nocturnal Awards. So without further ado then, let's go through these categories. So this is the award show website. Again, the link for this will be in the description down below. The biggest metal music award show event this year, hosted by Nick Nocturnal. Celebrating this year in metal with over $15,000 in giveaways, live December the 6th, 5 PM EST, over on twitch.tv/Nick Nocturnal. There's some free promo for you, Nick. So 5 PM EST, I think, well, we're in the UK, so I think we're 5 hours ahead. So that'll be 10 PM GMT for us. We might be able to watch it live. I don't know. We might do a video after the fact and see how well we did, or how well we're about to do. So there's 21 categories. I won't look at any just in case any spoilers. There's giveaways, over $15,000 in gear, Nano Cortex Schecter guitars, basses, Music Man guitars, plugins, loads of other stuff. All you have to do is vote and watch the live stream. So get your votes in, and when you're watching the live stream, there'll be loads of giveaways, loads of special guests who are modern metal music legends joining me to present awards and talk about your top metal nominations of the year. So it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Some of these categories are going to be things that no other award show is even thinking to nominate artists for or nominate things for. So we'll get into it, see what some of these categories are like. First category then, breakdown of the year. Now, straight away, two of those stand out to me more than most. And it might be the basic answer, but I'm either going to go with Whitechapel, Visceral Wretch, or Knock Loose, Suffocate. Knock Loose, obviously, it's a breakdown, but it's like a bunter breakdown. And it's so strange, but it works so well. But let's just remind ourselves of Whitechapel a second. Phil Bozeman doing that again deserves the award. I'm sorry, I don't care how good any of the others are. I'm voting for Whitechapel. Next category, best animal noises of the year. Okay, I kind of want to give it to Whitechapel again. Is that cheating? No, Whitechapel again. Let's do it. So like straight away you can tell what other award show has a category for best animal noises of the year. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is why obviously Nick's into the meme culture. He's like man of the people in the alt scene and the metal scene, whatever you want to call it. And like the mainstream award shows and the kind of typical media award shows will never be able to tap into that because they don't really occupy the same space. So all these categories, yes, you'll see, like the next one we can see there is Guitarist of the Year. Yes, you'll have all the, the same categories as everybody else, but all the extra categories are what I imagine to be some quite fun ones. So let's keep going. I am going to vote Whitechapel for both because I just love that song so much. Anyway, Guitarist of the Year. Ooh. I mean, Herman Lee is Herman Lee. Mark Tremonti, but then what's Mark Tremonti done this year, I suppose, is how you're looking at it. I mean, if you're looking at the impact that they've had in the last year, I suppose, Josh Middleton left Architects, went back to Silosis. We saw Silosis at Bloodstock earlier this year. They were great, apart from some sound issues, but that's not really their fault. Do you know, my heart says Mark Tremonti, but not this year. Yeah, obviously Creed are back. Do you know what? I'm gonna give it to Mark Tremonti. I'm sorry, Josh. I'm gonna give it to Mark Tremonti. Drummer of the Year. Now, let me see if he's on there. Mike Portnoy. I'm sorry, Mike Portnoy. It just is Mike Portnoy. His return to Dream Theater, their first tour together in what, 15 years. The 40th anniversary tour, the new song, the new album that's coming next year, and it's Mike Portnoy. Do you know what I mean? He's such a presence in the scene. Mike Portnoy he's more than just a drummer. He's a character. He's the beating heart, literally and figuratively, of Dream Theater, of that music. And he's got such a big personality, even when he steps away from behind the kit as well. Do you know what? I am tempted to go for Mario Duplantier from Gojira, but I've got a feeling that Gojira are going to be nominated for a few other awards here, and I kind of want to save that for them. I can't talk. I've voted for Whitechapel twice, but there are other categories I think that he might be more deserving of, or Gojira in general might be more deserving of. So I'm going to go for Mike Portnoy for Drummer of the Year. Vocalist of the Year, I mean, Phil Bozeman there again. I can't glaze Whitechapel the entire time. Poppy, Brian Garris, Ollie Sykes, Emily Armstrong. Now let's not go into the controversy again. Courtney LaPlante. Do you know what? Poppy's had a really good year. Brian's had a really good year. Ollie, Posthuman 2 was a really good album, but I don't think it's Ollie's strongest performance or anything like that. I don't think, as a vocalist, it's Ollie's year, so to speak. But then if I vote Emily, I am kind of doing that, not for a vocal performance, which was great. And if you want to see our review of From Zero, it'll be in a card at the end of this video. It was a great performance on a great album, but I think if I gave her the edge, it would be for the pressure that comes with the role that she stepped into and everything, all the backlash that she's received online. So I kind of want to commend her for that. But it's kind of like what you're judging the category itself on. Is it who is the best actual singer? Because I think there are better vocalists all round. Courtney LaPlante has got a great screaming voice and a great singing voice. But then, like, Emily is talented. I'm just kind of going in circles here at the minute. Do you know what? I'm going to give it to Emily because the pressure that she's been under, not commenting any more on anything else, but you've got to admit, like her, hate her, whatever you want to feel about her, the pressure that's been on her the last few months has been insane. And for her to smash it out the park so well and do those, that small run of shows around the world, a brand new Linkin Park album, and then announcing the tour for next year as well, I think she's been here since September, and she's already probably the most spoken about vocalist out of any of these. And I think that just kind of gives her the edge, that she's dealt with that pressure so well. Whether you like it or not, I'm not here to talk about personal opinions on her. I think she's had a fantastic year. Bassist of the Year. Now, I'll be honest, I don't really know a lot about many bassists. CPU, Central Processing Unit, is that an actual band, or is that just Nick having a joke? I mean, Shavo, but again, like, what have System done this year? Well, I mean, they've played a few shows, but System seem fairly inactive these days, so I don't really know if I could give it to him. Do you know what? I'm going to give it to CPU because it's just a bit of a meme, and maybe is that an actual band? I don't know. But either way, it sounds funny. Now, this is going to be an interesting category. Most fun metal thing. So the Cheney and Kai live stream, I did watch a little bit of that, and it was so... Metal's at this weird crossroads now where metal artists are starting to appear in some of the most talked about spaces. You have, and again, it's here, further down on these options, Gojira at the Olympics, the literally the biggest stage of the year, and they smashed out the park. But then you've got people going on like the top live streams for hundreds of thousands of people watching metal vocalists on the top live streams. You've got Avenged Sevenfold doing crossovers with Fortnite. You've got Knocked Loose playing on Jimmy Kimmel. Like, metal is at this really healthy stage right now, I think, and a really healthy place to build on. I do think, like, yes, the Bring Me the Horizon Secret album thing was fun. Liquid Death, my thoughts on Liquid Death. That advert was fun, but I just can't stand Liquid Death. I'm sorry. Slipknot and Hot Ones was funny, but I do think Gojira at the Olympics was just that. We're going to look back at that as like a cultural moment. It's just going to be one of those things that becomes part of metal culture. Gojira played the Olympics. that is the most fun metal thing that's happened this year. That was incredible. Angriest song of the year. So this isn't something that award shows really seem to consider. They will say song of the year or, heaviest song of the year, whatever, but angriest song of the year. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't listened to half of these. Let's just refresh ourselves on Boundaries. I fucking hate you! That is pretty angry. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah. Boundaries. Feels are reals. Oh, right. Again, so it's like what's the most emotional song of the year, or what's like what gets you, what hits you? Dig It is a really good one. Do you know what? I am going to say Dig It. That's probably seems again like the basic choice, but it got me. It hit me. The feels were real. Best metalhead to follow. Now, I don't really follow a lot of people. I watch a lot of YouTube, but I'm not really a follower, But I do follow Craig Reynolds. Seeing Queen, I've heard, is quite funny. The Elder Emo as well. Do you know what? I'm going to go for Craig Reynolds because it's not just the memes. You also actually get a lot of information from him. A lot of news stories that come through him as well. A lot of things that, we talk about in some of our videos is stuff that Craig has brought to the forefront of people. So again, like, I'm kind of biased because I don't follow a lot of these people, but Craig's great. Best metal content creator. So this one I can speak a little bit more to because, we're not nominated. What the fuck's going on there, Nick? Go to Nick's channel and tell him that we should be added before the event. Like, Drumeo have done some really fun videos this year, but that's geared to like drummers and drumming content and stuff like that. A few other bits as well, but it's mostly geared to drum stuff. But I'm going to give it to Tank the Tech because Tank is very uniquely positioned where he can speak to the behind the scenes of things, organizing tours and going out on the road with bands, what it's like behind the scenes at festivals and gigs, and how running orders work, how booking works and stuff. And it's really interesting to get that kind of perspective from him. But then also to be able to articulate that in like a kind of friendly, like sitting down chatting with a friend kind of way. I think Tank's great. And if you don't follow Tank, if you're not subscribed to Tank, go and subscribe to Tank the Tech. Best metal news source. Now, it's quite interesting that half of these are like your traditional media, your Loudwire, Rock Sound, Metal Injection, and then you've got like your, r/metalcore, r/deathcore. It's like both contrasting parts of music journalism now, where you've got your traditional media, your institutions, and then just like your channels, like Rockfeed. I watch a lot of Rockfeed stuff. He's great. State of the Scene as well. Do you know what? I'm going to give it to Rockfeed, I think, because I watch Rockfeed's videos quite a bit, and a lot of the news stories that break, he's very quick on the mark, he's very up to date, and he's very well informed and gives you kind of a good perspective on things. So again, shouting out other creators here, if you're not subscribed to Rockfeed, if you're not following Rockfeed, go there and do that now. Music video of the year. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't really watch that many music videos anymore. I'll listen to music rather than like watching it. I don't know. I've seen the Kool-Aid video. That's pretty cool. No pun intended. The Baby Metal Electric Callboy video was great, but it's just like jumping and bouncing around and stuff. Again, I've not watched half of these, but the heaviest the crown, Linkin Park, is the League of Legends video, and I think I've never watched Arcane. I don't play League of Legends, but that animation style really, like, the song was written for League of Legends. Obviously, the video was then made in that style as well to fit that. But it was such a good video, and it perfectly captured like the power of that song. So I am gonna have to say that for music video of the year. But again, like, am I the only one who kind of stopped watching a lot of music videos? You just listen to it. Best call out of the year. My mind's gone a bit blank. So do you know what? Let's just remind ourselves, because I'm leaning towards Knock Loose, but I need refreshing. Let's just listen. So this is Blinding Faith by Knock Loose. Yeah, and this is Spirit Boxes. Your God will show you when you I mean, is that just because it's Courtney? Do I just simp for Courtney? Is that what we're gonna do? And then Boundaries is short and sweet. This is a difficult one because I can't think of everything off the top of my head. But do you know, I'm gonna go with Spirit Box just because that was, out of those songs, that was my favourite song that came out this year. So just by edging it a little bit, it's got to go for Spirit Box. Best Blair. Now, Blair was trademarked this year, which means all of these are at risk of copyright infringement. So all these artists better watch out. So this is Poppy's. No, I mean, I love the song and the visuals are really cool, but I don't think that's going to do it for me. Do you know what I'm leaning to in Heart's Wake? Let's just refresh our memories a second. Now, don't forget that this is Winston McCall doing this Blair. It's quite a forceful Blair, and it is Winston. So, do you know what? I am going to give it to In Heart's Wake, featuring Winston McCall. Next one, Breakthrough Band of the Year. So, okay, so this is a bit more of a traditional category. Oh, I've heard of House of Protection. Is that band that did that video? So, House of Protection did this video called Pulling Teeth, where, as you can see, like, they recorded it in the middle of this, what's it called? Like a something drome. I can't remember the name of it, but the video looks really cool. The song is really cool. It's kind of like, it's, you know, to show you a very brief clip of it. It's got the riff. It's got a little bit of a, you know, a rap rock feel. Really cool. And do you know what? For that reason, not because they're the only one that I know on this list, I'm going to go for House of Protection. Label of the Year. Now, it's hard to say because some artists do really well and other artists don't do really well. So do you judge it as a whole, or do you say like, okay, well, this label had this band do this big thing this year, that makes it better than everything else? Because, you know, like one label could have one big artist and nothing else, and then another label could have like 10 fairly decent artists. Do you know what I mean? Napalm are always doing good things. Century Media, you know, Metal Blade, Nuclear Blast. Do you know what? Looking at those, I'm leaning towards Rise. Let's just look at Rise Records a second. So this is the list of artists that are signed with Rise, right? The Acacia Strain, AFI, Alkaline Trio, American Nightmare, Angels No Waves, blah, 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 blah. I apologise to all these artists I'm skipping past. Dance Gavin Dance, Flogging Molly, The Distillers, Kubla Khan, Memphis May Fire, Velatak, Polyphia have had a really good year. Pup have had a good year. Spirit Box have obviously had a massive year. Sum 41 have had their farewell tour, so they've had quite a big year. So, and Yumi at 6 as well are currently in the middle of their goodbye as well. I think it could be Rise Records because they're about to lose two of their probably biggest artists. Well, you know, definitely two of their biggest artists. And they've already started, like Spirit Box are probably going to be, you know, up there for years to come now. They're in a really good place. Polyphia, we saw them at Download on the main stage this year at Download, which for a band like Polyphia is pretty insane. And they put on a really good show and they smashed it out of the park. And then, you know, Placebo as well, which I missed the first time. I apologise. There's, you know, loads of really good artists there. I mean, I love Flogging Molly as well. Do you know, I think it's going to have to be Rise Records. Collab Song of the Year. Now, that's just what it is. Sorry to Knock Loose and Poppy. You know, Bad Omens and Poppy as well. Poppy's had a great year for collabs with other artists. When it was announced that Baby Metal and Electric Callboy were doing a song together, no two artists collabing got me as excited as that. Like, I hadn't even heard the song and someone just said, Baby Metal are doing a song with Electric Callboy. And I'm in. I'm sold. I don't care if the song's bad. It's just the fact that those two artists together have so... It's just perfect. Collab Song of the Year. Absolutely. Song of the Year. So let's go through this because there are quite a lot of songs. Top 10 Statues That Cried Blood. That's not the one that I would have put in, to be honest. If you're going to pick a Bring With Horizon song, that's probably not the one that I would put in. Linkin Park, The Emptiness Machine. I suppose if these nominations were written before From Zero came out, then fair enough. I personally would go with Two-Faced rather than The Emptiness Machine, but The Emptiness Machine has been massive. Gujira, Mea Culpa was the song that they did at the Olympics, and I think that is probably going to win. In fact, you know what, I'm going to vote for it. Before we do, Dream Theater, Night Terror. Dream Theater of the last few years have kind of got a little bit samey, and obviously that was without Mike Portnoy's influence. And Mike Portnoy coming back, I was expecting something crazy, and maybe the crazy stuff is to come on the rest of the album. I don't know, but Night Terror just felt a little bit too safe, a little bit too. It didn't feel weird enough to be Dream Theater, so I'm not going to go for that one. As much as I like the song, Whitechapel, A Visceral Wretch, I've already voted for that. I don't feel like I could do that again. No Sleep Token. Well, I suppose Sleep Token came out last year, all their new stuff. Nothing there that's making me regret. Maybe Linkin Park, but no. Yeah, Gojira, just because, no, it's not their song, but it had such a big cultural impact. Yeah, nothing else there is dissuading me from picking Gojira for that. EP of the year, let's just quickly look down to see if it is that. Yeah, Northlane, Mirror's Edge. If you haven't listened to that, please do yourself a favour and go and listen to it. Not that any of these other ones that I've listened to are bad. Silosis was great, Counterparts was great, but Northlane's Northlane. So that's an easy one for me. Album of the year. Oh, now there's quite a lot to choose from here. So let's quickly go through them all. Poppy, great album. Error, had a really good album. Knocked Loose, You Won't Go Before You're Supposed To. Great album. Bring With Horizon. I think Bring With Horizon, Posthuman, Next Gen, it was hyped up as album of the year. And I think when it came out, there was so much hype. It doesn't seem to have had the long-lasting impact that Posthuman Survival Horror did. I think in part that was because half the album was already out before the album actually came out, because they were releasing singles. When the album actually came out, it was like, yeah, we know, we've heard it. Half of this is stuff that we've been listening to for well over a year now. And that's not their fault. There was, you know, issues with Jordan leaving and stuff. But I just don't feel like it's not had any staying power. And I think an album of the year needs to really kind of capture the scene, capture the culture. I mean, Linkin Park From Zero is probably one of the obvious choices. That's probably going to win. Moonhealer, Job for a Cowboy, great album, great comeback for them. Last Will and Testament, great album as well. I've not listened to all of Sum 41, Heaven and Hell, but from what I have heard, has been really good. What more can Judas Priest do at this point? Is that just like a Lifetime Achievement Award nomination? Dragon Force, I mean, Dragon Force is Best Days Are Behind Them, I think. Make Them Suffer, actually, really good album. But I'm going to go for Poppy, because Poppy's had a really good year. The fact that like she's done so many collabs with other artists, and she's now starting to get her name out there, move up the bills at festivals, support bigger and bigger artists. You know, she's had a great year, and she really does deserve the recognition for that as well, for all the effort that she puts in. Just double the check-in. I mean, I do kind of want to say From Zero. I mean, Linkin Park. They're going to win loads of awards anyway this year. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Poppy. Yeah, so submit that. Okay, so we voted there. We've cast our votes. Nick's going to be doing the live award show on the 6th of December, 5 p.m. EST, which if you're watching in the UK, as I said before, is 10 p.m. Here. Go and follow Nick Nocturnal for all the information about the show. Go and follow him on Twitch, subscribe to him on YouTube, and yeah, hopefully we'll be able to watch the show live. If not, I'm sure the VOD will be up. And we might do a video reacting to all the winners and see how many we got right, see how many of our favourites won. Let us know in the comments down below who you voted for. Do you think I'm talking out my arse? Do you think I've got everything completely wrong this year? And some of the things that we were talking about there are artists or albums or pieces of music that I'm not familiar with. So if you saw something there and you think I've completely skipped over it, let us know in the comments down below, because I'd really love to check it out. Because if it's being nominated for, you know, I mean, Nick knows his stuff. So if Nick's nominating it for whatever it is in that category of the year, then it must be good, at the very least. So if you think there's something that I've missed, please let us know in the comments down below. Or you can come and join our Discord. The link for that is in the description. And we can, you know, come and link the song. We'll talk about it. We'll chat about it. And hopefully we can all introduce each other to some brand new music. As always, thank you very much for watching. We've been a little bit Linkin Park heavy the last few videos, and now we're going to be moving on to some of the other stuff that we've had planned for quite a while. We've got the Las Vegas video that's coming, that's still in the works. It's taken a little bit longer to edit than anticipated, but it's worth it. So please stick around for that. We've got lots of other stuff coming before the end of the year. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button down below. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Again, if you're not already subscribed to Nick, then go and subscribe on YouTube, follow him on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitch, ready for the live stream. Go and show him loads of support because he's the one that's put this entire thing together. It's brought a lot of the community together, and it's just an all-round fantastic event. And Nick, if you're watching this, then I look forward to our nomination for next year's awards. Thanks very much again for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Toodles! Hi everyone, hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you very much for watching all the way to the end. If you want to see something similar to this, then you can click on the link here. If you want to see something very different to this, then you can click on the link here. And if you haven't subscribed already and you want to, you can click on the link here. If you want to come and follow us on social media, you can click on the links in the description down below. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.